And with that, I'll bring on the homies. I think GP's running a little late. He was having some technical issues. We got Hunter in the house. How you doing today, brother?
GM, bro. Hope you're well. Hope you're good. Yeah. Everything is fresh this side. I'm just in the space, and something happened to Gwin. It got drained. So, hey, it's just crazy.
What happened
Gwin got drained. His wallet got drained, so he doesn't know what
in
happened.
the
So, yeah,
space?
yeah. Right
During
now
the,
they're talking about it. They're talking
oh
about it.
man,
Gwin. So he doesn't know if he interacted with a token or connected a wallet on a website that he doesn't know about. So he just saw that his token got transferred to another wallet.
guys, that's why you got to always be careful. Always look before you leap. And if you're interacting with something new, it might be a wise decision to use a separate wallet, a test wallet, until you know what you're dealing with. Um, yeah, we'll talk more about that after. I want to bring on Guy from VoltFi. Really excited to talk to you today, man. How are you today, Guy?
Oh, I'm better now. Thank you so much for having me here.
Yeah,
Amazing
GM,
thank you
GM.
time,
for
you know.
joining. I'm really excited. I know you're. I think we talked. I don't remember which. A couple of different spaces. Maybe the Bitflow space, or maybe one of the D Grant spaces, or
Yeah, I believe we first met at the Bitcoin Beach event in Vegas this year.
oh, probably. I was definitely
Yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
was.
yeah.
Yeah, I was all over the place that day.
And from then on, just like bumping into each other's spaces and out there, you know. But amazing. Thank you so much for having me here, you know, to talk about what we're doing, about the space, you know.
Yeah.
Exciting times.
So the project is VoltFi,
Yeah.
and why don't you tell us a little bit about what? So what is VoltFi? Tell us what VoltFi is.
Yeah, VoltFi is a startup building Bitcoin derivatives on chain. We explore the space that's more advanced on the DeFi side, that's brand new to Bitcoin. It's still a very small niche, but if you compare to TradFi, it's a huge space, it's a huge possibility. Today, the derivative side on Bitcoin, it's less than 5% of the total market cap. But if you go to TradFi, it's multiples of the total market cap. So the
Right.
possibilities are
Right.
endless.
Derivatives are usually way more than the actual market cap of
Yeah,
whatever you're deriving from.
yeah.
So
But
yes,
there is, but, but those tools are very complicated. So we at VoltFi are taking a different approach. We are creating a gamified approach to options trading, following our roadmap, which we start at a very simple one-side liquidity pool structure, and then we move towards our end goal, which is to become a deribit on stacks. We began building around 10 months ago, but we just pivoted to stacks. We spent 9 months on Arch Network, but we recently were very fortunate to get a SIP 10 grant, and we were able to bring our community, our product, our ideas to stacks.
nice.
So
So
we're just at a
you guys qualified for one of the interim grants?
yeah the larger grants.
Nice. Very
Yeah.
nice.
So we're at that critical stage that next week we open our alpha testnet to selected users. The week after we do our beta testnet to more users, and then we aim towards mainnet sometime soon down the line. You know,
So
really exciting.
alpha testnet starts this coming week, first
This
week of
coming
November.
week, yes.
Wow, very interesting.
And
And that's for so right now
that's
there's no actionable test net yet. It starts next week. Alpha test is usually just making sure that you get all the bugs and everything out. And then beta test is a little bit more like um, user feedback and that kind of thing to make sure that it's the right product for
yeah.
the consumer.
Yeah, we launched an earlier test net on Arch Network last May. We're able to have 4,900 wallets connected, and we had 77,000 trades on the product. It was an earlier version
Wow.
of what we have right now. It was Rust based. So the first step on the Stacks milestone was to change our coding to Clarity and improve the solution on a lot of feedback that we had gotten in the past. So we're very confident with our alpha. It's not a very it's an early alpha, but we believe it's advanced, and we're gonna be able to go from alpha to beta really fast. And let's see how the community will will see and use. I gotta say that we're amazed by how welcome we've been to the Stacks ecosystem, out of this world. We know people all over the place. We talk to everyone anytime, but the Stacks people just unbelievable. From early users to more advanced developers to the people doing business development, marketing. Wow, it's unbelievable. And I feel that we're very lucky because this is such an awesome time for Stacks. So many things happening in 2025. And we believe that Stacks for DeFi, it's the right thing for in the right time. You get the speed, you get the low fees, you have the SBTC cap that's been raised, so you have all this new capital that will come to Stacks, and we aim towards building this advanced product, but in a simpler way. But the key advantage of what we're doing is that it's very scalable. So we can start with very early users, and in a very short period of time, by iterating on feedback and talking to people, we can reach institutional people. So this is
Yeah, absolutely. And I do think that Stacks is definitely a great place for Bitcoin centric DeFi for sure. So, real quick, a lot of our audience, this is a little bit, derivatives is a little bit over their heads. So, can you give us a simple explanation of what a derivative is
yes,
in this sense?
a derivative is a financial product that its price derives from a main asset. So a Bitcoin derivative, it's an asset class that its change in price will be directly correlated to the change in price of Bitcoin. But we started, why did we go towards the derivative side? First, because my co-founder and I have a financial background in this kind of products. My co-founder lives in San Francisco. He worked for AWS database, Commvault. He's a full deck developer and also has a quant certification. So we feel that we're really prepared to create these more sophisticated products. But we're doing it in an easier way. What we're doing right now on testnet, we call it Satoshi options, because we start with a gamified price range play. You're gonna be able to. Let me give you some of the steps that you do once you go to access our product. You
Yeah.
go to VoltFi.xyz. You're gonna open the app. You're gonna get your Xverse, then down the line your Ledger wallet and connect it. You're gonna see the Bitcoin price. You're gonna see daily expiration. So you're gonna bet on a Bitcoin price range that expires tomorrow. And users, by betting on this,
They're all just 24-hour expiry contracts.
yes,
So
we wanna keep
you're making a it's an option bet on a just a short term time frame.
yes. But the key point here, that's our differential, you don't need to understand option Greeks, you don't need to understand volatility. We're doing it all under the hood. So the pricing of this Bitcoin price range prediction, let's call it a prediction, it's determined by all this complicated math under the hood. So you don't need to understand that. So the closer you get to the expiration, the more expensive you pay because there is a higher chance of you getting it right. So that's a benefit for early bettors because they enter the pool very early with a lower price. So this is the approach. At the end of the day, on settlement, you divide the price range. That's the first step. Second step, we emulate options. So if you, even though you don't get the price range right, but you got the direction right, you still profit from it. So we're finding ways, and in time, we're gonna keep adding new ideas and new products that will direct these early users towards a full deck of options if they want to. So down the line, it's gonna be very easy for them to go through this education to better understand. Because what I also like about the stacks user is that I feel it's a more advanced user
Definitely.
on Bitcoin because they've gotten their Xverse wallet or Ledger wallet. They've bought assets. They sent it to stacks. They hold stacks. They hold SBTC. So they know more than the average mainnet user looking for airdrops and just opportunities to
Right.
short-term
No, you're
profit.
absolutely right. It's a more educated user base on stacks as far as how some of this stuff works. Not everybody, right? But there is more. It's more prevalent that people understand these concepts a little bit better. So, are all of the derivatives options? They're all just 24 hours, or is there also going to be like, I think it's going to go up this week and I can predict a range this week or that kind of thing?
Uh, Peace, love. We started with a 7 day,
Okay.
and then after feedback, now on stacks, we're launching a 24-hour. Our goal down the line is for users also to create their time bet and their pool
Okay.
and write their options. But at this early test net, we got to do something simpler to test the math, to test the code, to get the users comfortable with that. But
Sure.
what we love about what we're doing is that there's so many possibilities. Let me give you another aspect. We start with SBTC daily options. We want to go to stacks daily options, and then we want to get what the Bitflow team is doing with the dog community. And imagine doing dog daily option predictions. The community of runes on stacks is growing, so uh, it's endless. But okay, we gotta focus on a simple solution to a big problem. Why are we doing volatility in derivatives? Because to everyone in the past several months we've spoken to, the holders, they say, listen, volatility is a problem. Oh, I'm afraid of it. But volatility, it comes up every single time. But volatility for professional traders is not a problem. It's a
No,
solution.
you're right. You need volatility if you're trading. Traders hate when it's sideways. That's the
That's
worst. You
right.
can't make any money if it's not going up and down.
So it's important for the VoltFi team, once we open the testnet, for people to give us feedback. Go to our Discord, go to voltfi.xyz and sign up with your email to be one of the first in our whitelist for beta testnet.
I just signed up with my email actually at the start of the show. I don't know if you caught that. So if people are looking for the deorganized email, you can actually go back and watch this, and then you can get into my emails. I may answer you. I'm kind of friendly sometimes if I'm not too busy, but I'm signed up. Um, so onto the creation piece, which I know is down the line.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that if I'm creating these options, I have to hold the underlying. So if I hold some SBTC, I can go create an option market with a time frame and price range of my choosing, essentially.
Yes. To move towards that stage, we move from a single side pool liquidity to a two-sided, because right now users are creating the price pool and they share that price pool. For us to allow users to write their options, we gotta have a buyer and a seller.
Right.
And for that, the people that sell the option, they gotta give the collateral in full. So you don't wake up tomorrow, Bitcoin price is 25% up in a single day, you know,
Right.
because the buyer, he, he they want to profit the whole price appreciation of the asset. It's not like you get liquidated. No, no. If you get liquidated, the other part loses the upside. So we're doing it in a way that you give extra collateral, so everyone is safe. But why do you put your extra collateral? Because you are also profiting if the direction of your bet moves in the direction that you desire.
So if I just from the early onset, I come in, I think Bitcoin's going to go up today. I buy a position, I take a position in that contract. I'm right on the direction and I'm right on the price range that it ends in. And it's an expiry price range, right? Like whatever the contract expires at is how it works.
It is an expiry. There is a time range tomorrow, for instance, 4 p.m. Eastern time. So at 4 p.m. Eastern time, the price it's closed. If it hits your range, you and your fellow uh, position holders will share the pool. And then we also have like an insurance product and a direction product that you pay a couple cents and you also profit if you don't get it right. But that's the first iteration. We want to get people's feedback. We want to show them that it's a product that it's live. We want to keep building on top of it. There are so many things to do, but we got to start with the first steps to bring these early users and also the advanced users to see the direction that we aim. Another we started many months back not with the options idea. We started with a tradable Bitcoin volatility token, similar to a VIX. VIX is a tool on TradFi that prices the risk of the market. So if you go to CNBC, you see constantly on the screen the VIX price because if the markets are shaky and the volatility is high, the VIX is higher. And people actually trade this VIX as an ETF. So we created that, but that was a bit advanced for that time. And we have that product ready for down the line because that's a great solution for people who issue stable coins, who give their coins as warranty to diminish the risk of liquidation. But that's a bit, it's a different solution down the line, you know. We gotta
Right.
focus on the initial launch here.
No, and it's a big undertaking what you guys are working on. So definitely, I think the model seems to be in the right direction. I keep screwing up my
It
screen.
is a big undertaking. Uh, you don't see many people out there on the Bitcoin space focusing on this specific area of DeFi. But we believe 2, 3, 5 years from now, as it happens on traditional markets, you need this kind of tools. If you go to the BlackRock ETF, which is a brand new product, it's less than 2 years old, they just launched their option last December. So the ETF Bitcoin options was born 10 months ago.
Right.
So we're at that early stage.
Well, we need these kind of things in the marketplace to like. I know we want volatility when we're trading, but these type of markets will actually help ward off too much volatility. It'll make things less less volatile to some degree as people engage in derivatives trading. It helps balance the market out a little bit.
I agree. And also, if we see the historical volatility of the asset Bitcoin, it keeps going down on the
Right.
historical average, and that's going to continue to go down. But if you have tools that, even though it's smaller than it was 10 years ago, you still can profit from this energy, because what's volatility? Volatility is the speed by which the asset price changes, basically. So if it changes really fast, volatility spikes. If it changes really slow, even though it can go up 300%, but slowly, you don't see that spike.
Right.
And the spike causes fear. And the spike with the right tools help you profit and generate yield on your holdings.
Right. Well, and so like one of the adoption things that's happening in the marketplace right now is the treasury companies that are starting to hold Bitcoin on their treasury as a treasury asset. The danger there is the price volatility, because if the price goes too far down, they could be forced to sell, and then it just exacerbates the up and down mechanism. Where if you have a little bit less volatility, or the volatility numbers are lower, it makes everything a lot more safe for the market. You have um, less volatility breeds less volatility, I guess is what I'm trying to say to some
Yeah.
degree.
The lower the volatility, the calmer everyone is, you know?
Right, right. And honestly, if you're holding Bitcoin, you should feel pretty good about it, no matter where you got it right now, in my opinion. But welcome, GP. How you doing today, man?
Good morning, guys. Happy Friday. Happy Halloween. Hope everybody's having a high frequency start to their day. Yeah, man, I'm blessed. I'm here at the battle station.
GP was with us at Bitcoin Beach as well. GP, I don't know if you remember meeting the VoltFi guys there.
Yep.
I do remember chatting with them a little bit there, and then seeing them in the spaces. What do you think about this? Really interesting platform here with their. So let me see if I can explain it well to him. It's a Bitcoin derivatives market platform. Early stage, it's going to be daily markets, and you're betting on the price of Bitcoin either going up or down, and you're betting on the price range. And if you get both right, you get a bigger share of the rewards. If you get the direction correct, but the price range wrong, you still actually get a little bit of a payout. And then if you're wrong, and you lose your premium that you paid for the option. Is that about right?
Wow, you're hired. Unbelievable.
I'm available.
Better than my better than my explanation.
No, I wouldn't have been able to do that without already explaining it to me, though. That's
Yeah.
that is actually my magic. My magic skill is being able to condense something down into like a sentence or two.
If you also look at a perp dex, which is also derives the price, but you're betting on a continuous price up and down of Bitcoin, you surf with a deck, a perps. But with the option side of what we're building, you only risk your premium. You know what you're gonna lose. So if you have a good tool and you have a good strategy, you know what you put and you know what you get back. So if you price your risk right, I'm not saying next week on our early alpha, but once we begin to add more to it, you know what you put, you calculate your risk, you understand the market, you get uh, cost benefit analysis of that, and then you actually can make money on top of that, generating yield to your position. That's on the single sided liquidity. Down the line, once we have two sides, more ideas can come from the users, because you bring people that like to play each side of the market, and it's a dynamic environment, so everyone benefits from it, you know. We
Yeah,
have another,
but
a
go
little
back.
bit down the line, we have uh, an option that you choose the expiration on the single sided, but that's something that we're still cooking. It's like hidden in our treasury chest, you know. Next time we'll talk about it, you know.
Sick, dude. You
You
give
all,
people more ways to speculate, the better. I think that it's going to be a lot of fun to play with VoltFi, and yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. The more ways to speculate, the better. And we need derivatives. Derivatives are interesting, and it's something that we don't have right now. So yes, let's build the change and see some. You know, you've got unique different traders that you're kind of targeting with derivs. So I think it's smart, and I can't wait to see where VoltFi goes.
yeah, and what Stack's doing with SBTC, it's so amazing. And I talk to people from the outside of Stacks on Bitcoin. Let's not even mention the people from other blockchains. Listen, it's happening right now, like yesterday and today, you know, and you can get yield on your SBTC, and you can also use your SBTC on the ecosystem while you earn on top of that, and that's amazing, you know.
Yeah, man, it really is. I think you're onto something. It's complicated. It's complex to build a platform like this. It's not like super easy. So, there's work involved here and it takes some time, but I'm excited. I definitely plan on playing around with it. Uh, I love poking around on testnet too, so please do include me. Um, even if it's only like I spend an hour playing around on it, I'll definitely play around on it and give you some feedback. Um, but this is something that's needed in just in Bitcoin in general. I love that you're building it on Stacks because I do think Stacks is very much the transitioning into, at least for the short term roadmap, the Bitcoin DeFi center. Stacks has a growing and robust DeFi ecosystem with SBTC. We just launched dual stacking yesterday. So now I'm earning, if I'm participating in STX stacking and I have a little bit of BTC on there and SBTC, which is, it's just Bitcoin on stacks. I'm earning 5 or 6% on my Bitcoin. And then I can still use that Bitcoin in other DeFi, like on VoltFi, and keep earning my yield, which is beautiful. Like, it really is a next level development. And so having these kind of tools like what you're building with VoltFi only magnifies the value of putting your Bitcoin on stacks and what you can do with it.
That's right.
I dig it. I want to shout out in the comments, Hero Gamer. What's up, brother? Good to hear from you. And Eric from X Inc. Eric has been working very hard. He has a really cool X Inc. is his a merchandise project tied to stacks, and it's he's been sending. He's GP and I have been waiting for a merch. He sent it like a couple weeks ago, and somehow it got hung up. You got yours? I didn't get mine yet. He just confirmed with me this morning that mine's coming today.
Let's go, dude. Eric, big shout out to Eric from Xing. Bless, bro. Bless. I can't wait to do a video and unbox this because it's such a beautiful box. It comes in this. Here, I'd do a little sneak peek here. Like, look at this awesome, like, sick branding behind it.
Ooh, super
Packaged,
nice.
high quality, and I cannot wait to do a video, an unboxing video for this and check it out. So he said that he sent one of his first prototypes and as well as his newest model. So I'm gonna check them both out. And I'm a hoodie guy, so he's speaking my language right now. Thank you,
I
Eric.
wish I was wearing a hoodie right now. I've got a little bit of a sinus infection going on. I am so like down to take a nap this afternoon if I can. I'm tired, but and I wish I had like an X Ink hoodie to wrap myself in. I'll have to just use one of my old Hanes for today.
Soon.
But Monday morning, you should see me rocking my X Ink hoodie. Me and GP might be twinning on Monday.
He is winning. Let's go.
Oh, come on, guys. What about me though?
You gotta go see Vinta, man. Vinta has the hookup over on the continent.
Mhm.
Uh,
Go to.
Guy, I think you're also. Are you in? You're in Buenos Aires?
Oh, I'm in Brazil, southern
Oh,
Brazil.
Brazil. Are
Yeah.
you? Did we talk? Maybe I'm thinking about somebody else. Did we talk about? Are you going to be in Dev Connect?
There's a chance.
Well,
I
if
haven't.
you're there, we have to meet up because I will be
Yeah.
down there representing Stacks, and I'm going to be. It's like a 17-hour travel day for me. I'm a
Yeah.
little north of New York, so I'm going to need someone to tell me what you're not from local. Somebody I was talking to was local down there. I'm going to need somebody to show me around. But I look forward to if you're going to be there. I'll be glad to hook up with you there.
Yeah.
And I think what you're building is really great stuff, man. Guys, if you aren't following, it's at VoltFi Labs. It's right up here on the screen over there. And then it's voltfi.xyz is the website, right? Voltfi.xyz. And if you're fast and act quickly and you go over to the website, you put in your email address, you might get to be put on the alpha, or if you don't get the alpha, maybe the beta test net, poke around and play around with it, learn how to do it before it's real money. And that's actually always a good advantage because then you can you know what you're doing, you get an opportunity to play around. Will you guys have some kind of a this is just thinking off the top of my head. It might make sense to have like a learning demo to make it less. Once you guys go to mainnet, obviously in testnet you don't need to worry about that. Once you go to mainnet, it might be good to have a demo where people can learn in a low risk environment.
But that's a great idea. Thanks for the idea. It makes sense, and we're gonna add that to it. Yeah, thanks so much.
So what is they're not I can't execute the options, right? Like it's not like a traditional option where
No, no, you can't.
I wouldn't have the capital to do it anyway, but it's it. So it's like it's a derivative, but you can only ride it to the expiration no matter what.
Yes, yes.
Can I so once I buy it, can I trade it before the expiry?
Not right now.
Not yet.
Yeah, no, that's gonna take some time. We also have an iteration that we're gonna do that you can control the expiration like an American call, which you can exercise before the expiration, but the platform and the user base needs to be a little bit more advanced, and we gotta be already on mainnet so we can add to these tools. But that's the idea down the line.
Right, and you want to be able to introduce these things because even though Stacks has a savvy user base, right? You're still kind of a lot of people. This is going to be still somewhat new concept to them. So making it easy, simple. They don't have to think too much about it. They know what they're getting into. They know what they're risking. That's actually a super low risk way to get people into derivatives.
And listen, what I love about the ecosystem and what we're building is that if I was doing this for a friend down the street that does not understand anything, it would be much harder. But people on Stacks, they know so much just by having like $1 in your wallet on Stacks. It shows that you're an advanced person because you love the curiosity of it. You like to learn because it's not easy. The people that were onboarded into Stacks, they're different, you know. They want more. They're open to learning,
Right.
and that helps us and helps other products and other projects to also create that because
They're a little bit braver for trying something that they're not sure. So they're intelligent, they're savvy, they're Bitcoin native.
yeah,
There's definitely a lot of degen. Like they're not they'll try something and they're not super worried about maybe losing a little bit here and there. So they're adventurous too. We're an adventurous crew. But I'm psyched. I've heard a lot of people saying that they're excited about this coming. So I know that there's more. It's not just me. We're excited to see this launch. AlphaNet launches next week, guys. You can go to VoltFi.xyz and put your email address in, which I did mine publicly live, so you guys can get my email address. And then you definitely need to be following VoltFi Labs. And I'm sorry, Guy, what is your X handle?
It's GZANI. It's right beside my name here. Guy Zaniratto at GZANI.
All right. So I'm just going to show you up here if you don't mind. You got your Pizza Ninja. Nothing wrong with that. So guys, follow Guy. It's G Zanny at VoltFi Labs is the project, VoltFi.xyz. And Guy's a big brain. Okay, just saying. Guy has a lot of intelligence going on up in that in his head there. So don't sleep on the project. Guy, we got about 4 minutes left in the segment, and I don't know if you're familiar with the general format of the show. At about 9:30, Zenitron from Skullcoin comes on, and we play Find to Earn game rounds, where it's really fun. We have a bunch of people come in. They love playing. We have a bunch of regulars. It's like a treasure hunt game. We're sponsored by a bunch of the meme coins on Stacks, and we give away a little bit of the meme coin to the winner for each round. It's super fun. You are absolutely welcome and encouraged to hang out and play with us. However, I appreciate your time, and I don't want to make you feel obligated to stay around and play. Would love to have you hang out. I know Zenny would love it if you did, but if you're not available, that's totally cool. Do you guys have any other questions for Guy?
Yeah, I wanna be able to test too. Where is the best place to go and get in touch with you to get whitelisted for testing? Do you have a testing group for this?
We're gonna open the testing group next week. Just shoot me a DM, and we're gonna hook you guys up.
Let's go. It's gonna be fun.
So if you want sure, you gotta talk to GP. He's in with Guy.
Yeah.
Listen, everyone is welcome. The first few days we got on board just a few, a small number. It's a smaller number of people, but we're gonna open big really soon, and we love the feedback. Your guys' questions and concerns and ideas help us build something cool.
When you put us on the test net, is it okay if we play around with it live and show people?
Oh, 120%.
All right. We love doing that, actually. We've done that quite a few times. We actually find it to be really great content when we find bugs and break stuff. People like that too.
And then the next day, you guys are going to be able to see if you got it right or wrong,
That's right. And then we have follow-up content the next day. It's perfect.
Yeah.
All right. We will definitely play around with that. Hero Gamer wants to remind me to mention that we actually do have a small test group. It's a DM group on Stacks. If you want, I can add you to it.
Yes, I'd love that.
Sometimes if we're all kind of like doing our own thing. So sometimes people are more responsive than others, but it can't hurt to be in that group when you're building something, especially. And it's a lot of developers in there too. So you get some decent high-level feedback when people are available. So I'll add you there. We'll add them. Hero, if you're available right now, add them. It's Gzani, Gzani, at Gzani on X. And if Hero doesn't get around to it, I'll get you in there before the end of the day.
That is fantastic. Thank you so much. Love to contribute.
Awesome. Yeah, man. Thank you so much for joining us today. And I do got to play a quick word from our sponsor before we transition to Find to Earn. Feel free to hang out. You're welcome to hang out. But again, if you need to drop off, awesome.
No, I'm here.
Awesome. All right. We'll be back, guys. We will be back with Find to Earn rounds momentarily. Stay tuned. And remember, first rule of Find to Earn, you got to share out the live stream. Share out the live stream.